Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Sonic Adventure 2. I'm your host VGMKoren, and in the last one so much happened. Sonic was captured by Gun, a military organization, and he promptly escaped, caused a massive car pileup of deadly carnage, and then he encountered a gunship, which he also destroyed, only to find out that there was another hedgehog around, Shadow the Hedgehog, a completely original character, and the source of much teenage angst in the 2000s, as it were. I'll talk a lot about him. I actually can't believe I forgot to talk about him in the first episode. But moving on, and this is why, we found Knuckles and Rouge arguing over the Master Crystal before Eggman stole it, before Knuckles dove into the air and punched it and shattered it, and then started to rebuild it by reclaiming crystal shards. What is the logic behind that? But then Tails flew to an island known as Prison Island, and he fought Robotnik and won, and Sonic's being held on Prison Island, and Amy is also there for no good reason, because you never play as her, and we had three completely different gameplay styles, and we raised a chow a little bit, and now we're back. Okay, yeah, recaps are fun for this game. Now, one thing that is kind of neat is that this game was one of the first games, or to my recollection, to have voiced recaps of events. Unfortunately, having listened to this recently, because this is my second attempt to record, because the game's polygons went insane in an earlier one, I have to listen to this again, which is just terrible.
My name is Miles Prowler, but everyone calls me Tails. I was able to save Amy from Eggman, but she told me that Eggman is up to his evil ways again. Planning something really big this time. I need to keep an eye on Eggman, but first I have to save my bud, Sonic. What's that? You wanna come too? Well, if you really wanna, it's okay with me. Just don't get in my way.
And yes, they did have lines overlapping each other, and then gigantic empty spaces where the paragraphs were broken, because why not? Yay, homing missiles. Now, unfortunately, because of the way my headset and sound is, and actually just the way that Sonic Adventure 2 sound design is in general, this game can be very hard to hear, which is why, of course, I have subtitles on. I actually think they come on by default, because sound balancing was just too hard for Sonic Team in the early 2000s. But no, really, honestly, this game is probably slightly unfinished, if you couldn't tell. But really, part of the reason why might be because this was one of course, the last games released on the Dreamcast. By Sega, anyway. And it kind of shows. The Sonic Adventure games have always been about lots of different gameplay styles. In fact, the Sonic games themselves have been, just because of how many characters you get to play every single time. I am great. But I think Sonic Adventure 2 is probably one of the more insane. Okay, maybe not. I mean, Tails in Sonic Adventure 1 basically had Sonic's levels, but he had to beat Sonic to the goal, which is weird because Sonic is supposed to be the fastest thing alive. Here, he's just a genocidal robot rampage machine. I don't know why I thought I could say that without stuttering or anything else. Just, what am I thinking? Anyways, this mech controls roughly like 5 asses taped together. And if you've ever taped 5 asses together, you know that is not a very mobile construction. Excuse me as I mash the start button for no apparent reason. Now, I did mention that the game freaked out and had a gigantic polygonal glitch earlier, which resulted in basically me being unable to see anything. I can fix this, I think, but you might have to bear with me as I try several times if it comes up again. Hopefully it won't. I've noticed that this game in particular is mostly bad about it when, oh my god, that loud blazer is so annoying. Mostly bad about when you're running other applications, so those of you who might be trying to play Sonic Adventure 2 at home along with me, try, like, disabling the Steam overlay, exiting Skype, destroying all of the programs that you normally use. Sacrifice something to the gods, definitely helps there. Is that a unicorn trapped in a cage? Oh my god, I feel like I am staring at a brony deep in the past, but let's move on. I don't know how you would get it out of there. I mean, sometimes it's as easy as we saw with Knuckles' stage earlier, at least I think we did, that you can just punch your way through cages, or at least I saw that maybe on a practice file, but you know, cages are important. Have I even talked about Tails' gameplay style yet? I don't feel like I have. Tails basically plays by holding down a really loud and obnoxious beeping button until you lock onto all the enemies in the area, and then you let go to instantly kill all of them. It is truly the height of thrilling gameplay. Or not. But it is a different style of gameplay, I guess, but it's at least fairly short. And we are done with another stage. Let's go ahead and get all these little glow boxes, get some juice for Tails.
I did it!
And with that prepubescent voice crack, I'm sure that I'm just going to get a terrible score, because usually you should try and lock on to like 4 or 5 always.
That was easy.
And now we get more plot. Aren't you excited? I'm excited. I'm really excited. I'm so excited. I'm not excited.
Huh? Amy?
Keep your voice down. Have no fear. Amy Rose is here.
How'd you get here?
Well, if you gotta know, I caught a ride with Tails. Are you sure you don't need my help? It looks like you could use it.
The reason I'm in here is because of that fake hedgehog.
You mean that black hedgehog?
Did you see it? Where is it now?
If I tell ya, will you marry me?
No way!
I thought I had you this time. That black hedgehog came here with Dr. Eggman.
So, Eggman's behind this, huh?
What's all that writing on the wall anyway? Did you write that? Wait for me, Sonic! He's such a brat sometimes.
Oh my god, it's over. The cutscene is over. Hooray! And we get our Sonic stage. Yay for fun. Or, well, hopefully. I do love my fun. I don't understand why Sega doesn't focus on Sonic. I mean, you can't even argue that recent Sonic games have been focused on Sonic. I mean, yes, if you want to get really technical about it, Sonic Lost World and Sonic Colors don't involve any character but Sonic, but they also have constant, distracting 30-second gameplay changes with the, what are they called? Colors? Wisps? Butt faces? I don't know. Oh, good. As you can see, the homing attack sometimes decides, no, I'm not a homing attack. I'm going to be a curving attack, which is just really wonderful. But thankfully this section is fairly easy, and we need to come up here because, as you can see, there's a giant path of rings. And what? I'm great at jumping. Wisps! That's what they're called, Sonic Colors and Sonic Lost World. Anyways, these are the light shoes. Light dash to move at light speed along paths of rings. The action window will appear near rings. Press the B button to get them. And this is the first suicidal upgrade you can unlock that also makes Sonic's shoes neon green at the edges, which, you gotta admit, even now, that's kind of cool. Anyways, I actually love the light speed dash, which is just a really fun gameplay mechanic where if you're fast on the draw, you can continue runs and often get to secret places by pressing B. Now, some of the times, though, you might think, oh, that looks like a light speed dash path, and then get flung off the edge and into oblivion, but you know. But yeah, the last Sonic game that I can actually think of that was focused on Sonic was Sonic Generations, which is probably why it's one of my favorite Sonic games. But aside from that, oh god. I mean, this is not bad gameplay. It's unrefined, certainly. Absolutely unrefined. But other than that, it's actually a ton of fun. Let's see. If I remember correctly, oh, that was actually a gigantic waste of time. You can actually go over here and get a much higher launch pad, but I really shouldn't have done that because I stopped, and the timing for that is very strict. I'll try it again and see what we can get going. Also, as you might have noticed, whenever you actually die, your score resets to 0. This means that if you actually want good scores... Okay, well, I cannot get on there after hitting that. You can get a much higher score bonus by going up all the way, but you have to do it perfectly. And again, if you die, you lose all your points, which means that I am basically guaranteed to get an E rank on this stage. Hooray! Oh, that's painful. My childhood is weeping. I spent so long trying to get A ranks on basically everything. I never actually succeeded on that. I never unlocked the unlockable Green Hill stage zone. And here we are back to this style of gameplay, which is... We've had so many different styles of gameplay. And yes, you may comment on how we got so slow, and that Sonic just leapt off the edge there. Now, I'm actually kind of worried about this next cutscene because this game has not reacted kindly when I've started to try and record the pre-rendered CGI, but we are going to see what happens. Oh wait, that is after this level. Right. Or the next level, that is, to say. To be specific. Instead, random jungle.
So far, so good. Hey, that's...
That blue hedgehog again, of all places.
I found you, Faker.
Faker? I think you're the fake hedgehog around here. You're comparing yourself to me? Huh? You're not even good enough to be
I'll
my
make you eat those words.
And here we have the boss.
No time to play games. You won't even get the chance.
Shadow the Hedgehog. He's like Sonic the Hedgehog, except black and red and emo, and to my childhood 13-year-old self, amazing, the coolest guy ever. I am unashamed to admit that I loved Shadow when I was a kid. How you doing there, Shadow? But this is actually a fairly easy boss fight, and
I'm the coolest.
I had to pause for that. Yes, he does say I'm the coolest right after you hit him.
So
And
you're not just a hedgehog.
basically, the goal of this fight is to get around behind him because you can't attack him head on and then immediately do a homing attack into his butt. If you do that,
Not bad for an imposter.
you'll win pretty easily.
Who I am.
Oh my god, Sonic's neck is not connected to his head there. Oh my god. And immediately after that, you get Green Forest, which you need to escape from the island in 8 minutes. And you actually... oh my god, that face. Huh.
Shadow, what are you doing? Hurry and get back here right now before the island blows up with you on it!
Blows up?
I gotta say, though, I love the Sonic.
Get out of here. Find Amy and Tails. Right away.
I guess they just didn't even want to try and lip sync, and I can't blame them for that. I love the soundtrack of Sonic games, even as questionable as Sonic Adventure 2 is. It provided me with some rock and roll that I listened to through all of my teenage years. All of my... Oh my god, this is horrible. What am I doing? All throughout my teenage years. That's what I was saying. And as you can see, sometimes the Lightspeed Dash works and sometimes it doesn't. But either way, it's a lot of fun, and there are a lot of different paths through these Sonic stage levels. It's just kind of too bad that they're all roughly 2 minutes in length. Now, those are actually automated vines. I think you can break them early, but if you don't, you'll go on to the next area just fine. Okay. Wow, what am I trying to say? What am I trying to do? What is anything? I mean, we're doing loop-de-loops, which don't have tops, which I can't decide if that is supposed to be cool, or if they were getting towards the end of development time and just said, screw it, we don't need the top of loops. We'll just be cooler this way. Let's just leave them incomplete. And that's what they did. I don't know. Oh yeah, there's a spin dash move in this game. I think that may have been one of the first times I showed it off. But as you can see, it has a nasty habit of breaking the physics of the game, just pretty much instantly whenever you use it. So be very gentle. Oh my god. There's so much I can say about this gameplay design, and mostly in that how unrefined it is. This is really the era where Sonic games became massively experimental in every single game that they played, and Mario games, as the they once were. Mario games, I don't know why I'm not going to the Chow Car, and I probably should do that, became more and more refined and more focused on like one gameplay style at a time. And Sonic is just like, you're going to get your first-person shooter slash treasure hunting slash speed game slash everything else that you can imagine in this one game. Quickly talking about this level, the lightning shield is actually a pretty terrible power-up because you cannot light speed dash while you're using... Okay, let me rephrase. You can light speed dash while you're using it, but you're going to have a bad time. You're going to have a real bad time. That was probably the worst time I could have tried to check my timer, but, you know, I'm the greatest. Oh no, wait, I think it's I'm the coolest. I'm the coolest. Seriously though, I had such a man crush on Shadow the Hedgehog when I was a kid. I admit this. I have spent many years trying not to admit this, and trying not to say that Sonic was one of the reasons I got into video games and all of that, but it's kind of what happens. I loved the quote-unquote more mature take of the games, which of course, as you can see now, is it's great for kids. It's great for kids in that transitional period where they want to be
Too easy. Piece of cake.
too old for Mario, but really want that anthropomorphic, cartoonish vibe to their games. It's a very niche audience and time in a child's life, but very important. Hey, the cutscene didn't crash my game. Wow, CGI, back in the early 2000s. It was certainly something. And random Knuckles stage! Hooray!
This place sure feels haunted. There's no time to lose. I have to hurry and find the Master Emerald.
Because I destroyed it. And here we, of course, have some more amazing Knuckles rap and something that's just going wank, wank, wank. And digging claws. We can now dig. No, stop whatever noise that is. I think I talked about this last time, where the best thing you can do on most Knuckles stages is kind of just to glide around and try and get a beat on the emeralds. Now, obviously, there's a ghost nearby, and the emerald is also right there. Oh man, the controls for Knuckles just make me want to cry. No, 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 no. Knuckles is easily the most broken character in the game, which is surprising considering they had an entire game from Sonic Adventure to refine it, but all they did was make it to where you can only track one emerald at a time. I don't understand the logic of the game creators there, but I don't think I really understood Sonic logic to begin with. And of course, this wonderful, just amazing soundtrack. And a train. For no good reason. I don't understand, like, how did Knuckles get here? Where the hell is this? Why is this place haunted? Okay. Okay, I think it must... Oh my god. Unfortunately, I don't know all of the areas where the emeralds can spawn, but it appears to be right here. Right here! There it is. Now, Knuckles stages and Rouge stages, I remember as a kid, I could not beat them just for anything, but coming back to them now, you can of course see that they are, in fact, fairly small stages. In fact, this stage looks kind of like a test stage. There's no ground. There's just nothing. There's nothing here at all. Let's do this, because I actually really want to show this off, because this is probably what some designer said, this is what I did, and was really proud of themselves for, just popping balloons, gliding along, and rapping. Yeah. Alright, so something I haven't shown off yet is getting flung off a mountain, apparently. That's what I haven't shown off. I was going to show off a hint screen, but no, fine. Have it your way, Sonic Adventure. Train, what are you doing? Train, Train, were they just really too lazy to actually give you any railings, and that's why this place became a ghost level? I need to know. Please. Please, game. Anyways, there's a ghost there, but if you jump on it, it dies, because why wouldn't it? When you do something bad, this might happen. Those are hints, by the way. Some of them are useless. And some of them are not. Let's go ahead and try out a second one. Each hint you use lowers the bonus that you get for finding the emerald near Ghost Mountain Train. Okay, that would probably tell me something if I actually knew where Ghost Mountain was, but I don't. Anyways, this looks promising. It wasn't. This is going to be that knuckle stage for me, isn't it? I'm just not going to find it. Okay, hello. Okay, so this is Church Mountain. How about this? What mountains will this take us to? Okay, great. We have found both the mountains that we don't need at all. Perfect. Great. Okay. And I can still hear Omochao floating around. I think it might be this mountain, maybe? Clearly not. Hit screen. Tell me everything. Under the tombstone far away. Okay, that still... I mean, it helps me kind of, in a way. Is this back where I was? Yeah. Okay. What about that mountain over there? In fact, what are all the mountains we have to deal with? Let's just start over. It must be that mountain. It must be. There's no other mountains. This is the only other mountain.
This is the ghost train turntable. Move the switch in the direction you want the train to go.
Okay, so we are now at the ghost train, which I guess is probably good. Oh my god, I think I might just go insane. Is it over here? Is it that tombstone that is nowhere near Ghost Mountain? Of course it is. Great. Just great. Fantastic. And right after I say, like, oh, these stages aren't so bad anymore as an old flam, I'm so great at everything.
Yeah, I feel good.
I don't. And we get our emblem, which is great. And, of course, a cutscene to reward our hard efforts. Day X.
Citizens of Earth, lend me your ears and listen to me very carefully. My name is Dr. Eggman, the world's greatest scientist, and soon to be the world's greatest ruler. Now witness the beginning of the greatest empire of all time.
Oh my god, no, I can't laugh, it's a cutscene. Yeah.
Look, half of the moon is gone?
Eggman! Oh, that creep never gives up.
But how did he manage to harness all that energy?
It's got to be the Chaos Emeralds. Yeah, that's the reason they were looking for him. Tails?
The Chaos Emeralds are like magnets. They have the power to attract each other. I can use that to find where Eggman is.
I'll take care of the police while you try and find a way out of here. Find Eggman.
Got it!
The three of you? That means me too. Hey, wait!
God. Anyways, we have another Tails stage, but this will have to be another day. But first, before I go, I would like to talk about something. I would like to talk about Eggman shooting the moon. I would like to talk about just how much that would screw the Earth up and the gravity and the tides and everything. It would be a bad time. I guess I'll talk more about that later in the next episode, though, because in this one, that is all the time we have. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you've been enjoying this Let's Play. In the next one, I can't even tell you how much stuff is going to happen, because, seriously, when did even Chaos Emeralds get into this? I thought that was that first mention. I mean, Shadow was there with one, but who knows? Maybe we'll find out later. I hope to see you then.